Well, because the net pot was so big that I put in the bottom, I had to raise the bucket up because the net pot went too far down. It was no big deal. I just put a couple 2x2s under it with I used some of those pool noodles, cut them in half, take up the slack on the sides, and it worked fine. Now, to test this out, I took a pepper plant. This is a Tabasco pepper. That was a volunteer that I had in a pot over there. I cut the top off and put it down in here. It was pretty spindly. But even with, we had a hurricane last week and we were out of power for 6 days. The only thing that it really had was the foliage, new foliage that had come out, because it's really branching out. Was a little light, but after a couple of days with the light back on, power back on, it's doing fine. Now down in the bottom here, I have put the 50/50 LEDs. These come from eBay. And you let that focus in. Okay. It is about $8–9 for 15 feet. Now I will say that the self-adhesive tape that's on the back can be a pain in the butt, but and it really doesn't stick that well to this surface. So what I did was, after I put it in on the bottom, I took some packaging tape and went around securing it. Now I'm going to put another one right around through here. Okay. Have 2 bands of the 50/50 LEDs. And we will finish that up and show you in a minute. Okay? Alright, so we put the second 15-foot strip in of 50/50 300 white LEDs. And also I used the packaging tape to secure it as well. Now I found that the tape on the back, the easiest way to get it loose is take an edge and take a knife and kind of curl up some of the tape itself so that you can separate the back paper from the tape. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a support net in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it right about this level, okay, going around. This ought to help spread the plant out in there so that we can get more production out of it. With this little Tabasco pepper, I'll take all the limbs, spread it out, and I should have a whole head full of peppers. Well, let's get started on that, and I will show you the next step. Okay? Alright. Now what we're going to do is, next we're going to put in the support netting. Now what I did was, I went down 14 inches from the top and drilled 12 holes around. Then we're going to take a small sheet metal screw. Alright. Go in from the outside, and I'm going to attach to these bottle caps, like so. Alright, there's that through. Just take the bottle top, put it up against the back. Tighten it down, and there you go. Now I'm going to repeat that sequence going around, and this way we'll have something to tie to. Alright, we got all the caps in place, so now we're going to start the netting. Now this is a little thicker than what I normally use, but I figured for the video it would work better. Now you want to make a loop. I'll make a loop on the end, just about big enough to slip over the caps. So what we'll do is we'll start it out on one of the caps, and like here. Alright, and from there, 1, 2. Okay, so here's how we did the netting. We started over here, and first we did a 5. Just kept going around till we came back to the main point. And then I came back and just did a square. That makes a complete netting for the whole thing. That way, as the plant's growing up, we can bend it out to spread the plant out. Now, depending on what you're growing, you may need to put it lower or higher. You may even need more than one. But for right now, this one's ready to go. So I thank y'all, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, here's to show you how bright it is. I should not have any problem with anything I'm growing. I welcome any feedback or any questions. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll join you next time.